In the sun-drenched hills of ancient Israel, a chorus of voices rose from the people, clamoring for a king. Tired of being ruled by judges and prophets, they looked longingly at their neighbors, wishing for a leader to unify them and lead them into battle. In response to their cries, God chose Saul, a strikingly tall man from the tribe of Benjamin, whose stature matched the expectations of kingship. Saul's ascent was nothing short of remarkable. Anointed by the prophet Samuel, he started his reign filled with promise, led by the Spirit of God. His early victories against the Ammonites united the tribes and ignited a fervor of hope among the people. They celebrated him, crowning him as their first king, and for a time all seemed well.
But as the years passed, the weight of the crown began to change Saul. His early humility faded, replaced by a growing paranoia and insecurity. The turning point came when a young shepherd named David emerged as a national hero, slaying the giant Goliath. The people sang of David's exploits, declaring, "Saul has slain his thousands, but David his tens of thousands." Saul, consumed by jealousy, saw in David not just a rival, but a threat to his very throne. Driven by this envy, Saul pursued David with relentless fervor. He threw spears in rage, sending his army to hunt the young warrior who had once played music to soothe his troubled soul. Yet despite the king's madness, David remained loyal, sparing Saul's life multiple times, even when he had the chance to end the king's reign. "I will not harm the Lord's anointed," David declared, embodying a grace that contrasted sharply with Saul's descent into darkness.
As the years wore on, Saul's choices grew increasingly desperate. He disobeyed God's commands and turned to a medium, seeking answers from the spirit of the deceased prophet Samuel. This act of defiance left him further isolated as the Spirit of the Lord departed from him, plunging him into despair. With the Philistines gathering their forces, the once mighty king found himself in a losing battle, both against his enemies and within his own mind. On the battlefield of Mount Gilboa, as his sons fell one by one, Saul faced the ultimate defeat. In a moment of despair and hopelessness, he took his own life rather than be captured, sealing his tragic fate. The story of King Saul is one of promise turned to tragedy, a reflection of the human struggle with pride, fear, and the consequences of our choices. It serves as a timeless reminder that true strength lies not in power or glory, but in humility, faith, and the bonds we forge with others. As David ascended to the throne, he inherited not just a kingdom, but a complex legacy of both light and shadow, echoing through the ages in the annals of history. I hope you have really enjoyed this Bible story. Do not forget to subscribe to Eagle Media Impact to receive Bible Stories content like this. Thanks for watching. Shalom.